How's everyone doing today? I'm back with the third installment of the series that I'm calling Preparing the Bride. So once again, if you missed the last couple of videos, you might want to go back and just get the background info. That way you're all caught up. So today I'm going to read again from Ruth chapter 3, just verses 1 and 2. Ruth's mother-in-law, Naomi, said to her, "My daughter, shouldn't I find security for you so that you will be taken care of? Now isn't Boaz our relative? Haven't you been working with his female servants? This evening he will be winnowing barley on the threshing floor." So Naomi asks in verse 1, she says, "Should I not seek a home for you?" In this version here that I'm reading, it says, "Should I not find security for you? Should I not seek out a secure place?" That word in the Hebrew that is translated security in other places, a home, in other places, rest, it is the word manoach. And that word literally means a resting place, a state or condition of rest, a secure place, a repose, a settled spot, a home, and a marriage. So all of those things kind of wrapped together in a ball is what the word manoach means. Really, really cool. So here's Naomi. Remember last time we talked about Naomi being a picture of Israel, and Ruth is a picture of the Gentile church. So here she is. Naomi is asking Ruth, she says, "Shall I not seek a place for you where you're going to be provided for and taken care of, and you're going to have peace and a home," right? That's what she's asking Ruth. This is, in other words, she's saying, it's my responsibility. I'm your mother-in-law, right? You don't have a husband anymore, and you don't have a father-in-law anymore, and you don't have a father, right? And so it's my responsibility to find a place for you to rest, find a place for you to have a home. And the thought just kind of occurs to me right now as I'm thinking about that. Have you felt like that recently, that you need a place of rest? Think about that for a moment. Is there a need in your soul for a place of rest, for a place of home and security? I think sometimes people, when they don't have God in their lives, when they don't have Jesus as their Savior, their soul kind of feels restless, right? So think about that as we're kind of talking about these things, about Naomi wanting to find a quiet place and a place of rest for Ruth. Very, very neat. This is coming from Ruth chapter 3 again. Ruth's mother-in-law, Naomi, said to her, "My daughter, shouldn't I find security for you so that you will be taken care of? Now isn't Boaz our relative? Haven't you been working with his female servants? This evening he will be winnowing barley on the threshing floor. Wash, put on perfumed oil, and wear your best clothes. Go down to the threshing floor, but don't let the man know you are there until he has finished eating and drinking. When he lies down, notice the place where he is lying. Go in and uncover his feet and lie down. Then he will explain to you what you should do." So here's Naomi, remember the picture of Israel, and Ruth, the picture of the Gentile church. And Naomi gives Ruth instructions about what she needs to do in order to ask Boaz to be her kinsman redeemer. She's basically saying, the ball's in your court, Ruth. You've got to do this. You have to go and you have to ask him. He's going to take care of everything. But you have to initiate, you have to ask him. You've got to say, "Will you do this for me?" Right? And that's kind of similar to what we have to do with Jesus. We have to invite him to be our kinsman redeemer. It takes our invitation, asking him, "Would you save me? Would you be that redeemer for me?" Really, really neat as that correlates to our own situation. So Naomi gives her some instructions. The first thing she tells her to do is to wash. Obviously, in the Jewish tradition, washing was very, very important for all kinds of things. You made sure that You know, if you were a priest, you had to wash before you did certain things. You had to wash after you did certain things. You had to make sure that you were clean for the ceremonies and that kind of thing. For the Sabbath, if you were just a regular person, there was always a washing, a cleansing that took place to make sure that you were ready for the Sabbath and for feast days and that kind of thing. Also, there was what they did on a daily basis, the washing and cleansing of the feet every day. Every day they cleansed the feet, because as you know, go out and do your everyday business, your work or whatever, your feet would get dirty, and so at night you would come in, and before you got in bed or before you sat down for dinner, you would wash your feet. And it was just wash your feet and your hands, and it was just a cleansing of the body, just to keep things clean. Very important in Levitical law. So she tells Ruth, the first thing you need to do is wash. And I equate that with real similar to the washing of the disciples' feet, like when Jesus washed his disciples' feet in John chapter 13. He essentially was telling them, this is how you're going to be cleansed day to day with the word that I'm giving you. My word cleanses. So as the bride, I believe that one thing that we need to do is make sure that we wash every single day with the word, the water of the word. And I talked a little bit about what that means in a previous video for Easter. If you want to check that out, that video is titled Washing Feet. And it's got some really neat implications. But I really think that as the bride, we really need to be focusing on, this is one of the things we've got to focus on. Are we clean? Are we washed daily? Are our feet clean from walking around in the muck of this world, in the mire of this world? It all correlates. So I believe that one of the prayers that we really need to begin to pray, one of the things that we really need to begin to thinking about as the bride of Christ, as we're waiting for his coming, as we're waiting for the wedding feast, is we need to make sure our feet are cleaned on a daily basis. I'm just gonna pray that right now, and I would hope that you would join me in prayers, in the prayers of preparation for the bride. Would you join me in praying in this way? Praying that we make sure that we are washed every day with the water of his word. So Jesus, I am just praying to you right now, Lord. I ask, it's difficult. You know, we are stuck in this world, you know it, Lord. And this world is full of sin. It's full of compromise. It's full of apathy. It's full of just degradation of character and so forth, Lord. You know where we live, and I know you understand that. We praise you, Lord, because you are the perfect, sinless one who came so that we could be washed, so that we could have clean feet. As we're still living in this world, we can prepare ourselves for your returning by continuing to wash our feet in the water of your word. So Lord, I pray, I ask that you would begin to give your church ideas about what that looks like as we wash not only our own feet, but wash each other's feet with your word. It is so important that our feet be cleaned every single day, Father. Would you teach us more and more what it looks like? How do we wash each other's feet? How do we care for each other as we're in this world and we're having problems and we're discussing things with each other and we get upset with each other? Father, help us to learn how to better wash each other's feet. Oh God, I pray. I pray, Lord, that it would not just be some theoretical or figurative thing, but that it would be something that really becomes part of who we are on a daily basis. Lord, give us a wash. Give us a way to get into your word every single day with each other and on our own, Lord, that we could begin to make sure that our feet are cleansed and prepared for your return. I pray this in Jesus' precious name. Amen.